But one thing that he doesn't do is to leave us alone when we are in that loneliness.
Amen.
He's always with us. Ecclesiastes 3 verses 1 to 2. So it says, there is a time for everything and a season for every activity under the heavens. Kyle, are you listening? There is an activity, there is a season for every activity under heavens. So there is an activity when your friend will throw up. There is an activity when you will throw up as well. There is an activity where you realize that they can't breathe and you are around them. There is an activity when you will see yourself you can't also breathe. There is an activity where you will see that now you don't want to be on earth, because your soul will tell you from what you are feeling. Because I've heard Father Abs preaching here, telling me that it came a time when I thought I shouldn't fight God. With the way that I'm feeling right now, I just need to say, yes, God, I am ready to go. I am ready to leave this pain that I'm feeling. Because if I continue being on this earth, I will continue to feel this pain. So to cut off this pain, let me just say yes to God. So there are occasions, Kyla, when you also start feeling, I need to say yes to God. I do not need to keep fighting. I don't need to be under the table. I need to come out and help this person. Help this person by preaching to them, by praying whilst they are in that pain, by talking to God on their behalf, because maybe through the pain, they cannot talk to God. They cannot hand themselves over to God. There are highs and lows in life. So what Kyla saw, what Nana Makamba saw, what we all see sometimes are lows in our lives. So those highs and lows are there in our lives. But we keep asking ourselves, God created us. Why does He allow highs and lows? Those are questions that we keep asking ourselves. Why does He do that? Yes, God allows those highs. He allows lows as well. But one thing that He doesn't do is to leave us alone when we are in that loneliness.
Amen.
He is always with us.
Amen.
All the time.
Amen.
This will take us to Job 1, verse 6 to 12. When Satan joined the meeting that God was having with angels, and God is asking, why are you here? And he starts speaking about Job. But God says, you know what? Job loves me so much. But Job says, no. It's because he's got everything. God says, go and take everything of his. Go and do anything you want. But don't take his soul, because it's mine. So God allowed that loneliness to be in Job's life. This is why I'm saying there are highs and there are lows. But God allows those lows to be part of us. We have Genesis 37 verse 50. Remember when Joseph, who we call Joseph the dreamer, when he was betrayed by his brothers and he was taken to Egypt and he lived in slavery for a lot of years. Those were lows in Joseph's life, but God allowed it. And when God allows lows in someone's life, in the end, because God will be with you throughout, in the end, everything goes to being very right. So much that people look at you and wonder how you came out of those lows. So this is what happened to Job. He got everything in the end. what happened to Joseph. So Joseph says to his brothers, when they had now followed him after years, they followed him because now there was hunger where they were. So the only place to go was Egypt. And then Joseph was now a governor. He had all the food. He had everything. And then Joseph is saying in Genesis 50, verse 20, he says, you intended to harm me, but God intended it for good to accomplish what is now being done, the saving of many lives. And the many lives were the same people who had betrayed him, were the same people who had sold him to Egypt. So God allowed him to be in those laws, to just show the world that irrespective of the evil heart that you have, but I have a good heart. To Joseph and to all of you, because when they were hungry, God then sent them to Egypt. He sent them to Joseph to get food. So God allowed Joseph's laws to prepare him for leadership and to prepare him for divine purpose. Amen. So you also have to see that, Kyla, you also have to see that the fact that your friend was not well, the fact that maybe she was throwing up, what if she had germs in the tummy? And God thought to save this girl, she needs to throw up. And then she'll be all right. Then she'll be okay. Then she continues to be your friend. She continues to be your classmate. You need to think it that way. We have David in 1 Samuel 18, verse 30. David was anointed to be king, yet he spent years fleeing from Saul, hiding in caves and living in constant danger. That was his journey of the soul. Always hiding in caves, always living in constant danger. Psalms 34:19 says, the righteous person may have many troubles. He had many troubles. He spent years fleeing from Saul, hiding in caves. But the Lord delivers him from them all, from all those troubles. So David's laws shaped his heart and reliance on God before the crown came. We also have Apostle Paul. Remember, he was imprisoned, he was persecuted. Paul suffered beatings, shipwrecks, hunger, imprisonment, but he remained faithful to God. So we hear him saying, but he said to me, my grace is sufficient for you, for my power is made perfect in weakness. This is now Paul. He remained faithful to God. So Paul's laws revealed God's strength through human weakness. I have a good example that I really loved. We have Jesus himself, Kyla. We had Jesus in Matthew 26 to 27 in the Garden of Gethsemane and on the cross as well. So Jesus himself experienced deep anguish, betrayal, suffering, and death, all under God's will for the salvation of mankind. Isaiah 53 verse 10 says, yet it was the Lord's will to crush him and cause him to suffer. So even Jesus went through deep valleys. He also was in that lowness. He went through deep valleys. But God's purpose was eternal redemption for the whole world. For us all. So what is the message now? God allows laws not to destroy us, but to shape us. It's just to shape us all. Whether it's Job's illness and losing everything in his life, whether it's Joseph's prison, he went to prison when he was a slave, whether it's David hiding in caves, whether it's Paul being put on chains, being put to prison, or whether it's Jesus on the cross, each painful moment can lead to a greater glory and testimony. God never leaves us alone. He's always with us.